So on behalf of the Hey Amigo team, thank you very, very much for being with us here today. Thank you, GoogleCampus, for the opportunity for us to present Hey Amigo. Hey Amigo is an app to connect patients undergoing long-term treatment with volunteers who can provide assistance for free and in a safe manner. My name is Heike. I am a multicultural singer, songwriter, author, and creator of several humanitarian projects, global humanitarian projects that celebrate diversity and promote inclusion. 2 years ago, my husband was diagnosed with cancer, and we experienced and we gained awareness of the challenges that patients undergoing these long-term treatments and their caregivers are faced with. So things like the lack of transportation to and from the hospital, or not having somebody who can accompany a patient in a medical procedure. These things lead to very, very dramatic situations. And as we were witnessing and also experiencing these kinds of situations, we decided that we wanted to contribute in some form. And that is how the idea for the Hey Amigo app came to life. Now, even though the situation that gave rise to Hey Amigo was quite dramatic, we really wanted from the very start for this initiative to be very upbeat, positive, optimistic, and something that would be fueled by friendship, that incredible yearning to do others good because we see them as an extension of ourselves. And thus the name Hey Amigo. Amigo, of course, means friend in Portuguese and in Spanish. So we started a series of research and conversation in order to better understand what were the most urgent, most pressing needs of the patients. And so we began these conversations with other patients, caregivers, professionals in the IT sector, professionals from nonprofit organizations in Brazil, in Japan, in the US, and in Germany. And also, of course, a lot of conversations with professionals in the medical area. So nurses, therapists, and doctors. And we were able to identify two of the basic types of assistance that we would offer in the MVP, the minimum viable product of this app. And after 2 years of volunteer work, the platform is finally ready. So, what is Hey Amigo? Well, Hey Amigo is first and foremost an app to connect patients undergoing long-term medical treatments with volunteers who can provide assistance for free and in a safe manner. On version 1.0, patients will be able to request accompaniment in medical procedures as well as car rides. Now, how exactly does this platform work? On these conversations with caregivers and patients, it became very clear to us that safety was a big concern. So if we were to provide these types of assistance to patients, we had to strive to create a very safe environment. So with these concerns in mind, the entire platform was developed. The first thing is that in order to ensure safety, the platform is not open to the public in general. The platform consists of three main tools. We have the administrative website, the app for patients, and the app for volunteers. Now, we're going to have four types of users. We have hospitals, we have nonprofit organizations or volunteer groups. These could even be created by the hospitals themselves. And we have patients and volunteers. So, the institutional users, i.e. the hospitals and the nonprofits or the volunteer groups, will use the Hey Amigo platform via the administrative website. And the individual users, patients and volunteers, will use their respective apps. The implementation of the Hey Amigo platform can be broken down into three phases. The first one is when the institution who becomes interested in participating in using this tool receives access to the administrative website and then begins to spread the word about the app to their members. So hospitals would be speaking to patients, and the nonprofits would be spreading the word to their volunteers. Then the individuals will become interested, so the patients and the volunteers will go to the Apple Store or to the Google Play Store and download the app and fill out their application form, which again is a very extensive application form for security reasons. And the final step is when the institution, via website, receives, verifies, and approves the application form, unlocking the app for use. Now I'm going to show you a quick demonstration of the platform, basically how a hospital would go about to validate and approve the application form of a patient. So the hospital administrator would have their own user and password, and they would insert that. Once they do that, then they're taken directly to the dashboard of the administrative website, which has a bunch of really important statistics that will help the hospital understand what's actually going on. But I'm going to draw your attention to one specific data, which is patient status. So here we have the green represents all the patients whose application forms have been approved, and the yellow are those who are waiting for approval. So we would go in there, click, and then you'd be able to see the list of patients who have been approved and those who are awaiting approval. So we're going to click on awaiting approval, and then we get to see this application form, which obviously is fictional. And what the hospital administrator then needs to do is to verify all this information to make sure that this patient is really their patient and that they're providing the correct data. And then they have the choice to either approve or reject the application form. If they do choose to reject the application form, they have to inform the patient of the causes or the reasons for that. But today we're going to approve the patient. And once we do that, his name is going to come up on the list of patients whose forms have been approved, and the patient will then be able to request these assistances. So I'm going to briefly demonstrate to you now how a patient would go about in order to request an assistance. Okay, so on that side we have the patient app, on this side the volunteer app. So the patient's going to click on that blue sign to start a new assistance. In this case, he's asking for a car ride, so he has to fill out all the information with regards to date and the time. Then he says the address where the volunteer is supposed to pick him up. Then he fills out the information of the destination, the hospital or the healthcare unit. He can say whether he uses a wheelchair or not. He can add additional observations, and then he confirms. Okay? Once the patient confirms the request, that request is going to show up on a list of assistances that the volunteer can visualize. Now, these assistances can be visualized both in terms as a list or on the map. For our purposes today, I'm just going to show you how it looks on the list. So the patient assistance has shown up right there. So the volunteer looks at it and says, I think I can make it. I'm probably going to be around in that region of the town, and I have time that day. So he clicks on it to see more details. And then he checks the specifics and decides to accept that assistance. So it's that simple. Now, once the volunteer accepts the assistance, then he can see the patient. And he can see who the patient is, and only once he accepts it. So again, for privacy and security reasons, none of that information is made available before he accepts it. And also, once this connection has been established, patient and volunteer will be able to communicate internally via a chat. Okay, great. Now for the technology involved. The app has been developed, just a second, on Xamarin, okay? The reasons for that is because Xamarin allows for a simultaneous development both for Android and iOS. It's a tool that has been tested, so we felt comfortable using this platform. Okay, so multi-platform development. It is a robust tool with several resources, and it is also clean and well-structured using C#. Okay, now for the administrative website, we used React because of its modern and minimalistic visuals. It is also it makes it possible for simple and quick development. And finally, going towards the server, we used Firebase, which is Google's cloud. It's robust and safe. Because of the structure, we were able to focus on the development. We were able to easily integrate apps in the administrative website, and there's also unlimited growth of the user base. Now, let's talk about a very exciting part, which is the benefits of this platform. There are numerous initiatives, amazing initiatives of volunteers and nonprofit organizations that provide assistance to patients in the form of car rides. However, the reach of these initiatives is usually limited to one hospital and also limited to the availability of financial resources to cover for the immense costs of transportation. So Hey Amigo is a very innovative approach because it enables for the growth of the body of volunteers, though organic and gradual, as you saw, the way how it's going to work. It enables for the growth of this volunteer base to be technically infinite, possibly being even a tool for all these existing initiatives to work together so that we can tackle this problem on a greater scale. With regards to the benefits to the users, each user is going to benefit from this platform in a different way. For the patient, the Hey Amigo is an app, is a tool of assistance, right, that provides assistance for the patient to do the treatment and also to increase their social connection. For the volunteer, it is a tool for micro-volunteer, in other words, the ability to make an impact with the least investment of time. The other great thing about Hey Amigo is that the responsibility gets to be shared by the entire body of volunteers without overburdening one single person. From the nonprofit point of view, the app might increase their social impact as a consequence of the increased number of assistances provided by their members. And for hospitals, we see the possibility of maximization of resources due to a reduction in no-show and missed appointments and the uninterrupted medical treatment. So, the main goal of Hey Amigo is to enable the greatest number of patients to get to their healthcare units in order to undergo treatment, thus contributing towards universal access to health, which is part of Sustainable Development Goal number 3 of the United Nations. That's our number 1 goal, so contributing towards universal access to health by helping the patient get to the hospital. By connecting volunteers and patients, we are also working towards our second goal, which is to increase social connection of the patient, a very important factor towards improved quality of life and even recovery. And last but not least, we seek to promote the engagement of institutions and individuals in addressing a problem that is too big to be ignored and to be dealt with in an isolated manner. So, we're very thankful to be here. Thank you so much for being here and making it happen for all of us. If you have any questions, comments, please do not hesitate to leave your comments on this video or to get in touch with us. Our website is heyamigo.app, and don't forget to leave your feedback also on GoogleCampus. Thank you very much.